Hi, I'm Terry with Beautiful Creative You, and I have a short training for you today that's really going to help up your Canva game. So let's share. I'm going to share my screen and let's go over to Canva and get started. All right, so here we are on Canva. And what I've done to prepare is I have done some preparing in the background. We're going to make some quote images. I'm going to show you how to bulk create in Canva. So if you do a lot of graphics, this is really going to help you with saving some time and it will really be a benefit to you. And, it may inspire you to plan ahead in your social media because you can get a lot done and just move on. So what I've created is a template for our quote images that we're going to create today. Now, basically, it's a 1080 by 1080. If you just choose Instagram post, it's the square Instagram post. It could be any shape you want it to be. It can be whatever you want it to be. I've just simplified it so that we can get through it quickly and I can show you how it all works. So here we go. What we're going to do is, so in doing this, I have with my image, first it has a frame for a photo because these are going to be images that all have a photo in the back of them. I've then put in a text box because that's where the quote will go. Now it says quote in there. It could say hello. It could say anything. It doesn't matter. It just needs to be a text box so that the system has a place to put the quotes. So that in the background, these are what's going to change as we go. What's going to stay static, we have down here, I've put my URL and I've put my a logo here. And so those are going to remain static. They're going to be on all of the images. And keep in mind that when we get finished, they may not be perfect, but they'll be close to done. And it'll just take a few little edits in order to make them wonderful and ready to share. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you how this whole thing works. So we've got our template image. Next thing we want to do is find our content. And I will let you know that I've got a list of quotes. I got the quotes. I went straight to ChatGPT and asked for quotes on stretching yourself. So I thought that was kind of appropriate. And then I've got also a folder of images, which I have already uploaded to Canva to save time, because that's the one thing that is a little bit time consuming is the upload. So in order to do this, you start by clicking on your left, all the way to the left in the menu, click on apps. If you don't see it, scroll down, it's there. Now, bulk create is at the top for me because I had typed it in the search box. Believe me, it's way down there. So we're just going to do that. We're going to click bulk create, and that'll pop the app that we use right to the top, and you can click on it. And so what this screen is saying is it gives us two ways to enter our data that's going to be entered into the images, as well as the quotes. So you can upload data, and it sounds like that would be the fastest, easiest way to go. However, you cannot upload in bulk images and have them go directly into the bulk editor. Instead, we need to use the enter data manually. If it was just text and data we were going to upload, we could use that, but we're not going to. We're going to use enter data manually, and manual is not quite mean real manual, still really automated, as opposed to going and creating 25 or 100 images one at a time. So here's our screen where we're adding our data. We're going to start by adding right here the word quote. And we're doing that so that when we look at our areas to populate the data merge areas, we want to be able to read the label of that. So that's why I'm putting that there. Otherwise, it won't show up. And so I'm going to add text and oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to get rid of that. Delete column. So what I need to do now is go to my handy dandy spreadsheet here where I have already downloaded the quotes. They're in, and I'm going to just highlight the column they're in, and I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going to copy it. So we're going to Control C on my PC. If you're on a Mac, it would be Command C. Go back over to Canva, and we're just going to click in the first box and Control V, Command V on a Mac. And there are all of our quotes right there. And I did modify them to make them sound more human. There may be some duplications. I didn't go through it real carefully this time because I just wanted to create this training for you. If I were doing them to use, I would have taken more time with them. Next, we're going to enter our images. So to do images, as I said, you cannot manually, or you can't bulk enter the images, but it's not exactly manual either. So to do that, we first come down and we click in the first box, click on that plus, and it pops up our media folder. You saw that it had already gone to the folder because I've been in it a bit today. So choose media, and then we're going to scroll down to find the folder that you've put the images into. and click on that. So now we can see all of our images. There's 25 of them here. And so to get the first one in, I click tulips. Next one, I go to the next box, click the plus sign, and click the next one. Next box, and click the next one. Now, the good thing for you is that through the magic of video, you don't have to watch me manually do each one of these. All right, so you'll see we have all of our quotes in place. We have all of our images in place. And now it's time for the fun to begin. So we're going to go down here. We're going to click done with this part and go back over to our image. All right, so now we're going to take the data fields and identify where the information is going to go. So we'll start with our text box here where we want the quote to go. I'm going to right click on it, click connect data. And the only option that comes up is quotes because that's the only text option I have over here in my data elements or in my data list. And then, so now I want to do the image. We're going to go over and click on the frame, click connect data, and lo and behold, images, because it's the only image field I have. Don't need to worry about the other two because they are static. So now we can click continue. You're going to see that it's populated all the quotes in a list here. You could uncheck if there's something you don't want to use, whatever you want to do. And after the fact, you can change anything you need to. This is just speeding up the front end process. And one thing I want to do before I do that is I want to go in here and I want to change this text to white because my feeling is that white text is going to show up better on the majority of the images. And I won't have so many to change and adapt. You'll notice here, it looks like it's not there, but it is still there. That's why I had it black to begin with, so you could see it and understand that there was something there. So, all right, we're going to go now over here to generate 25 images. Let her rip. Isn't that cool? If you look, you can look down and see, sure enough, we've got 25 images here. Now you'll notice that a couple of them, it's hard to read. So perhaps they either need a little bit bigger text, a little bit darker, excuse me. They're hard to read. They either need a little darker font or they need the photo lightened, or like you'll notice in this one, I need to adjust because the quote's a little bit too big. So that's not hard. I would just to give you an example of that. This one might be a little bit more difficult because it is a lot of quote there, but I would do this. I would scoot it over here and I would make it bigger. And then sure enough, there we go. You could even make you could take the author's name out and make it smaller underneath if you wanted to. That's whatever works for you. I would go over and I would make sure that it's centered. You can see that by just the red line that goes down the middle. So that one's not too bad. There was another one here I wanted to show you what we would do about. Let's say this one where you see that it's a little harder to read. So there's a couple things you could do. What I would do with this one is I would just turn the text to that color that's right here is what I would do. I would make the text that color because I think that looks great. And then if there's one that all looks great, but you just like here, we just can't quite see it. What you can do is go to the image, click on transparency, and just lighten your image a bit so that it shows up. What I probably would do here is I would put a box. Let's show if I have time to do this. We'll just put a quick box back there. Shape. Here, we want to just put a square. Oops. I'm going to make more trouble than it's worth, aren't I? Put the box in. Make it the right size. It's actually not a bad little background color on it either. And then you can go up here, hit transparency on it, and make that really light so that it shows better. All right, that's not great, but it gives you the idea. Most of them are done and ready to go. And so once you have made adjustments to them, this one could use a darker font, obviously. But I'm going to use that for now because it'll work. And so once you're done, you've got them done. They're all the way you like them to be. You click over here on share, click on download, make sure they're downloading the PNG. That's my preferred transparent background, even though it doesn't matter in this case. And all 25 pages, hit download. It'll download a zip folder for you to wherever you want on your computer or wherever you want to keep it. And now you're ready to take care of the next 25 days of social media sharing. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, reach out. If you have any comments, reach out. If you just want to talk about it, reach out to me. I appreciate that. I hope that you enjoy this as much as I do. So take care. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.